Hello and welcome, everyone. Welcome to a very special edition of
Hello and welcome, everyone.
a very special edition of Lunch with Lisa. I'm Lisa Warner. I am the author of The Simplicity of Self-Healing. And I'm here on this planet at this time to help move humanity into a whole new paradigm on this planet. If you are listening to this is your mission as well. We are the light workers. We are the light bringers to this planet. And as the light bringers to this planet, we are here to bring the light. And what that implies is that it has been dark here for a very long time. Earth has been plunged into a state of darkness. War, poverty, disease, crime, pain, suffering. Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining today. So for a very long time, this earth has been in darkness. Humans have been in the dark, meaning A, we don't know who we are. We are souls, infinite beings, but yet we don't remember, the majority of us anyway, do not remember the history of our soul. We don't know where we were before we came into these bodies. We also have been tricked out of our creator capabilities. We are beings of light who actually have the ability to create and uncreate at will. But we have forgotten this. Darkness has ruled this planet for a very, very long time. All of the people that I know personally, we all just want to live in harmony and peace and ease and happiness. But it's really hard to do that when the rest of the world is at war and there's poverty, there's pollution, there is crime, there is all kinds of inequities on this planet. And the good news is that that is now at an end. Last night, it was announced that the light has won. Now, what does that mean? We've heard that many, many, many times, but why is this time different? And what does this actually mean? Well, the reason that the earth has been in darkness for a very long time, in these states of suffering and pain, is because there have been beings that run the world who have been keeping it that way. So the rulers, the ones who have been ruling over the world, the ones who are known as kings and queens and pharaohs and emperors and dictators and presidents and all of these people who have all the power. They are the ones who have been making all of the decisions, the big decisions for the world. And all of these big decisions for the world have been keeping the world separated, in states of war and disease and poverty. We see that the ones who make the big decisions have had the billions of dollars, and those monies talk. But what about those that don't have? They have had no power, no say, no standing in this world. But as humans, we are here as creator beings of light, and we are here to live in peace and ease and harmony and health. So because it has been very difficult for us to live in these states because of the decisions that have been made throughout the world, we can see that there is a split between the regular population and the tiny portion of the population that has made all of the rules and regulations and are making all the decisions. And as of the last couple of days, all of those people that have been making the decisions have been unseated. They are no longer in a position to make decisions. So countries all over the world, governments all over the world are now no longer in the state of power that they have been. So for those who have watched this unfold, you already know what I'm talking about. Other people may be a little confused right now. If you're confused, that's okay. Stick with me. I'm here to explain some of this and make it in some simple terms so that you can see what's going on and that there are going to be some massive changes for the better that are coming. These changes are going to be surprising to the majority of humans. So we can see these as surprises, like good surprises, like, hey, we just won the war, we just won the lottery, like everything is good. Or we can see them as shocking surprises and confusing surprises. And let's see if we can try to mitigate some of the shocks and the confusion. So I'm sure it won't come as any surprise to any of us. When I was a little girl, it was completely clear to me. We're not the only ones in the universe. We look at this planet and we look out at the stars at night, there's a whole lot of other stars and planets out there. And it's pretty clear that we, 8 billion humans, are not the only ones in the universe. Well, this beautiful planet that we live on is a living library. It is one of the most beautiful places in the galaxy. Billions of species of plants, fish, animals, humans, rocks, crystals, billions and billions. This is a living library, the Garden of Eden. But beings who wanted to take control of the living library and siphon off the life force energy from this planet captured our planet a long time ago and have been systematically siphoning off the life force energy from this planet. They have been corrupting this planet with pollution, with raping and pillaging the earth, with polluting the waters, air pollution, noise pollution, all kinds of pollution. Look at all the landfills upon landfills, the floating islands of garbage that are now in the oceans. This is not what humanity would do with this planet. As humanity, being of light and love, our natural state is to live in harmony with the earth. The Native Americans of long ago, the Aboriginals of Australia, the rainforest people, the tribes of Africa, before all of the downfall, before the raping and pillaging of these, before the distortions started to come in. Humans, all humans, had the ability to communicate with the plants, with the animals. How do you think humans figured out which foods were good to eat and which ones were not? They could actually communicate with the plants, not in English, French, and German, but in subtle awarenesses. They could tune in to the subtle energies of the plant and be able to tell what the plant would do for them. They could ask for guidance from the plant kingdoms and be guided to the plants that they needed to help heal their bodies. This is what's natural and normal for us. The ability to live in full-on peace and harmony, in oneness with the aliveness of nature. That is who and what we are. Because we have been cut off from that for thousands of years, when we are cut off from nature, nature is the living life force energy of this planet and of this universe. The nature of the universe is life-giving. But when we are cut off from our universal awareness and from nature herself, look how many children, people live in cities that never have access to nature. This is not normal or natural for us as humans. When we are cut off from that source of life on this planet, we start to wither because our own life force energy becomes drained. All of the processed foods, all of the foods that have no life force in them, the fast foods, the junk foods, it's junk because it has no living life force energy. So we have been systematically removed as much as possible from life force energy itself. And we have been removed by beings that have been ruling over this planet. So now, what has happened over the last period of time is that those beings have been removed. There are many non-seen beings that have never been seen by the public that have been removed. And now all of the ones that are seen by the public, the presidents, the kings, the queens, the popes, the ones who are in charge, are no longer in charge. So what does that mean? It means that there is a woman on this planet. Her name is Kimberly Goguen. If you've never heard of her, you're going to hear a lot about her in the near future. She is now the interim head of state of this planet. I'm going to put some links in the chat below this video. So once the video's over, run through the chat thread and you'll see a bunch of links so you can start to educate yourself on what's actually happening on this planet. Because what's actually happening is not what's being broadcast on the news. News is what's being broadcast by the dark sides. The light, the life force energy has now been removed, has now been reinstated on this planet, and the light is now in charge. So what has happened on this planet? The way the planet has been set up to run is there is a financial system. It's like it's the system that runs everything on this planet. And that financial system has a front system and a back system. The two systems are interconnected. The front system is the system that we all see. We interface with the banks and stores and anywhere that money is exchanged with the public is basically the front system. The back system is the stuff that goes on behind the scenes, like how all of the bills, how Congress, how the United Nations, how the health organizations, how all of these things get their money is the back system. And basically how it's been set up is we put our money into the front system and then it gets siphoned off through the back system. And we pretty much can see where it goes. If we just simply look and see who has all the money, right? Okay, we put the money in, they take it out. And when they take it out and they create war, they create disease, they create poverty, they create all kinds of trouble on the planet. So what has happened is this woman, her name is, again, is Kimberly Goguen. She's been in her job position since 2012. How many of us have ever heard of her? I never had. But in her job position, she was in a position to learn the front and the back systems. She understood. She's the guardian of the global assets, and she is currently the interim head of state of this planet. So she has been interfacing between this planet and the other species that are not on this planet. So as she has learned the front and the back systems, she learned that all of the bad guys had set up the system so that they could siphon off all the money. She has taken it upon herself and some other colleagues to systematically disconnect them from this system. So the people who have been siphoning off all of the money, we now know that the United Nations has lost its charter. It is no longer the United Nations that was supposed to have peacekeeping troops all over the world and be doing humanitarian missions. Only 1.7% of that money ever went to any humanitarian mission. All of the rest of the money got siphoned off the back, trillions upon trillions of dollars. Now, those people that were running those types of organizations have suddenly found themselves without access to any of the system at all. Ms. Goguen has taken charge of the entire monetary system of the world and secured it so that now only people who are associated with the Global Peace and Restoration Consortium of member states will have access to this money. That means you and me, and all of the people who are here to make the world a better place. So the Global Peace and Restoration Consortium of member states is referred to as the GPRC for short. It is designed to create peace on this planet. It is designed to take all of those monies that have been siphoned off and put them in that global repository so that we, the peaceful humans of this planet, have access to money easily and effortlessly so that we can get ourselves out of survival mode and actually start thriving. So what we're going to see is under the Global Peace and Restoration Consortium, there are assemblies being constructed all around the world, Jure assemblies, assemblies of the people. These assemblies are being ratified in the Hall of Records through the GPRC so that they are actual functioning, governing councils. There are assemblies for countries. In the United States, there are assemblies for at least 35 states right now. And now people are forming assemblies for every county in the United States. Soon, assemblies will be formed for every city and town. This is how we rebuild the planet. We are rebuilding the planet. Instead of having a top-down system that rules over humanity, the top is now gone. Now we return to balance. We are going to create a new world from the ground up, from the local level up. So if you're in the United States, if wherever you are in the world, I encourage you to look for, go to the G or the PGOVSD.agency, and you will start to learn where you can join your local assemblies. Everyone who joins a local assembly will sign a proclamation of one accord stating that we are each responsible for ourselves, that we agree to live in peace and harmony on this planet, and that we agree to look for the greater good of humanity, that everything we do from here on forward will take into consideration the earth, the air, the water, the animals, the plants, the people, so that we start operating for the greater good. And as we start operating for the greater good, we start healing. This process of healing, it will not be easy. And it may be very uncomfortable, because the process of healing in our bodies is uncomfortable. That's the uncomfortable part. For hundreds of thousands of years, humanity has been deceived by the dark. We have been living in an inverted matrix, meaning that everything we have been told is backwards. Everything we have been taught in order to siphon off our natural powers. So we have been taught to be small. We have been taught that there's something wrong with our bodies. We have been taught that our bodies have to have shots and pills in order to get healthy. We have been taught that we have to work hard to earn a living. We have been taught that we have to pay our taxes. We have been taught all kinds of things. We have been taught that there is a God in heaven who is watching over us, and if we don't do what he wants, then he's going to send us to hell. We have been taught all kinds of things. We see Jesus hanging on the cross in all the churches. We're taught suffering is admirable. It's not. We're not here to suffer. We're here to thrive. We're here to live in joy and peace and harmony, excitement, enthusiasm, creativity. This is what's natural for us. When we are not living in joy and ease and peace and thriving and creativity, we start to wither. So now is the time to not go into fear or worry about what's going on in the future, what's going on right now. We're going to see massive change in a very, very short period of time on this planet. And please realize that this change is everything we have always wanted. We are the change. We hear the phrase, be the change you want to see. We are the change. The light bringers are the change. We are here to lead the rest of humanity who is still in the dark. We are here to be that light for them to see their way out of the dark. So whatever happens over the next few weeks, realize that the darkness is fallen. It has been removed. And it will be systematically replaced by the light. And we are that light. As you join your local assemblies, as you start to take an interest in yourself and in the world and creating that new world, as you hold the vision for heaven on earth rather than the vid on earth, we start to hold a brand new vision of health, vitality, prosperity for all. Life is about to get a whole lot easier for everyone on this planet. Now that the darkness has been removed, the light remains. In the near future, all of humanity, all humans will be receiving life essentials cards, which will go for paying for essential things, the stuff that we need to live. Clothing, food, shelter. We will also be receiving health assurance cards, not like insurance cards. That was the inverted matrix. That insurance is about destruction and death, and here when these terrible things happen, here now you're covered. Except, well, we really don't cover that. No, these are health assurance cards, meaning what do you need in order to be healthy? Do you need some education? Like, do you need to start learning more about how to manage your state of being? Do you need massage? Do you need supplements? What do you need? Do you need to, have some healing treatments? You need some Reiki. Those things will be covered by these cards. There's some amazing, amazing things that are already in place. They are ready to be implemented. So as the world goes into some shock and surprise over the next weeks and months, please keep your light shining. Stay focused on what you want to create. Stay focused on what the assemblies are doing. The assemblies are not here to fight against the old. No more fighting on this planet. The assemblies are here to work together, all the assemblies under one roof, so that everyone can have what they need. Every community can get what they need. If a new road is needed in a community, we go to the assembly. We put an order in with the assembly. We find out how much is it going to cost, who's going to do it. And then we come up with the order to send in to the People's Government Services Department. And they pay the contractor directly. They don't send the money to the assemblies and then the assemblies give it out. No third parties. This is direct monetary exchange. Talking about monies, so there are no hands in the pocket, right? Well, nobody else tipping off the till, right? The world monetary system is going to go back to an asset-backed system, so that gold is gold and silver is silver, no matter what country you're in. That asset is worth the exact same amount. Every country on the planet has their own assets, natural resources, things that they can base the monetary system on. So all the countries' currencies will become equal. No more, my currency is worth this, but yours is worth down here. So now you're going to have to pay 100 times what you would normally pay just to meet my current. No, no more of that. Everyone being now equal on this planet. We are all here as equals. We are all here to start living a new way, to start healing ourselves, connecting to the soul inside. We were born for this time. We came here for this time. So start to recognize, what is your purpose? What are your joys? What are your passions? Because those are your purpose. Living with joy is the purpose. This is what leads us to a whole new earth. Start communicating with nature, get outside, sit quietly, notice nature, get your feet on the ground, go walk through a park, through a forest, go to the beach, go to a lake. Start to notice the living life force energy that is returning to the soils. It's returning to the plants and the trees. Start connecting and start sourcing some life force energy from nature around you. Start looking for living foods, not the stuff that's dead out of a box, or that's dead in a bag, or dead in the, your fast food chains. Start looking to increase your level of life force energy so that you have that increase in joy and enthusiasm as we start to see the world, a whole new world, emerge overnight. So there's a lot of amazing news. And things will start to make a lot more sense. So as one who is here as a light bringer, as one who healed myself naturally from cancer without the medical model, I am here to help people transition out of the medical model and take their health back into their own hands. I am also one who is creating an assembly here in my county where I live in New York State. I'm a member of the Empire Jour Assembly, the New York State Jour Assembly. And I am also now the presiding officer of the Essex County Jour Assembly. So I can help in multiple areas. If you are confused at what's going on in the world, please feel free to reach out. I am here. I will be happy to talk about this each week. If you have questions, let me know, and I will start addressing all of your questions on these Lunch with Lisas, so that you can understand what's going on and you can start to see how you can play a role in creating a brand new world. So look in the chat if you're listening to this on a podcast or on YouTube. Look in the show notes and the links will be there for you as well. So these next few weeks and months are going to be probably quite confusing for many, but they don't have to be scary, and they shouldn't be scary. And there is so much that we can do to create a beautiful planet, a living library of species. And we can all live in peace and harmony and have everything we need. without having to struggle to survive. Shine your light, dear ones, because now is our time. It will be far easier to connect to your soul now that the interference is being removed. You will start to likely have memories of past lives. You will start to have connection with angelic beings. You will start to notice life differently if you're not already noticing it differently. So if you are in a position where you need to bring your body back into balance, this is my area of expertise. This is my specialty. It is my passion. I have a course, a 90-day program called Aligning with Your Radiantly Healthy Self, which helps you to cut through the dross. It helps you to deprogram all of these ideas that our bodies are being attacked by diseases. They're not being attacked by diseases. Our bodies are doing what they're doing on purpose. All we have to understand is what the purpose is. And we have to see that the healing is in our own hands. And it's far, far simpler and more natural than we have ever been allowed to believe. So if you are looking to heal your body, please reach out to me. I have multiple resources to make it easy and simple and natural. So thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope this was helpful. If you have questions, please pop them in the chat or reach out to me. My email is lisa@connectingyoutoyou.com, spelled out in full. My website is connectingyoutoyou.com. There. And my YouTube channel is The Simplicity of Self-Healing with Lisa Warner. And my book is The Simplicity of Self-Healing. You can find that on Amazon. Thank you so much for listening today. I hope this was helpful. And let's get together and create a beautiful, healthy, new Earth humanity. Thanks for joining me. Until next week, create for yourselves a happy and healthy week. Bye for now.